So on the first one, remember, we're trying to multiply to get C, which is 18, and add to get B. And each time we draw a star. Now, what's going to go in the top of my star? 18. And what goes in the bottom?
11.
Okay? And then here and here are 1. Now, what two numbers did you guys come up with that multiplies to get 18 and adds to get 11? Dylan? 9 and 2. Alright, and then how did we write our parentheses? Does it matter if we wrote it as x plus 2 times x plus 9? No, it doesn't. Did everybody get that one right? Look at us go. Take a point if two people at your table got it right. If you didn't get it right, or if you didn't do your homework, what should you be doing right now?
Doing your homework.
Alright, are we ready for number 6? The first thing we do is we draw our star. Now, what goes in the top of our star this time? 14. And then the bottom? Top left? Top right? Good. Now, what two numbers multiply to get 14?
7.
And do those add to give us 9? Fantastic. And then how do our parentheses go?
7.
Did you get it right? Look at you go. Did you feel better about it last night as you were working more out? Good. How many of us got that one right? If 2 people got it right, give your team a point. Y'all are killing it on these points over here. Look at y'all go.
Where do we go?
Pardon?
All 3 of us got it.
Look at you go.
Yes.
I'm sure he does. I mean, I'm going to go with he's probably hungry at this point in the day, like he is every day. Alright, number 7. What are both of our signs going to be this time in our parentheses? Negative, because this is positive and this is negative. Now we need to draw our star. What goes in the top of our star? And the bottom?
Negative 16.
Negative 6, and then 1 and 1. Now, what two numbers multiply to give us 8 and add to give us a negative 6?
Negative 4.
Does it matter which way I write it? So I could write y minus 2 times y minus 4, or I could do y minus 4. Oh, that's really bright.
We can't even see it.
I don't know why it's so bright. Like, it's a normal pen. Thank you, Troy. Man, I don't know how I didn't figure that out. Alright, and example 8 is where it gets fun. Now, what is different about example 8 compared to all the others?
15 is negative.
15 is negative. That means that our big factor needs to match the sign of B, because we need to get a positive 2. So we have negative 15 and 2, 1 and 1. Now, what two numbers multiply? Now, let's make a chart. Let me not use this blue. We know that 5 and 3 multiply to give us 15, right? But we need to get negative 15. And our big factor has to be positive. So what's bigger, 5 or 3?
5.
So which one's going to be negative?
3.
The 3 is going to be negative. Good. So 5 and negative 3. So then you do W plus 5 and W minus 3. What, CJ?
I answered my own question.
Okay. Alright, now in summary, what do we do for trinomial factoring? What do we need to do every single time? Draw the star. So first, draw the star. Then what?
Then find what is next.
Pardon?
Alright, whatever goes into
What goes in the top and bottom of the star?
Well, after we just imagine that draw the star means you also fill in the star.
Then we see what multiplies.
Multiplies, find what? Multiplies to get what?
The top number.
To get C, right? That's our top number. Multiplies to get C, and then what? And adds to get
B.
good. Take a point.
I got a question.
Yes.
So I did 30 minus 3, then 3 plus 5. That's still right?
Yes, we just talked about that a second ago.
So just,
Yeah, we talked about that every single time we did one. It doesn't matter which way you write it as long as the signs match. Every time. We've talked about that. Alright, now today we're going to practice a little bit on our own, a little bit together. In the top drawer of your tower, everybody gets 2 sheets. Look for the one that says Algebra B. And somebody has one that's binder clipped with a blue binder clip because somebody stole my binder clip.
So we just gonna make them. We need some more than focus. On that.
I'll have to find and make copies. Now, if you want to work these problems out in your notebook, you can. If you don't want to, and you want to work it out on the back, you can work it out on the back. I would suggest us working it out on the back so that we don't waste paper in our notebook, okay? But keep your notes out so that it'll help you. Now, on number 1, is everybody ready? We're going to do the first one together to make sure we're on track. Alright, so that's a squared. I'm going to write mine on the back. A squared plus 8a plus 7. Now, what two numbers multiply to give us 7?
7 times 1.
7 and 1. Do we really need the star for that one?
No.
So, what two, do those also add to give us 8?
Yes.
So, what's going to be in our parentheses?
8 plus 7 and 8 plus 1.
A plus 7 and A plus 1. Wasn't that easy? Now let's read the directions on the front together now that we have that. Is everybody ready? Alright, we're going to write our answer here. A plus 7, A plus 1. And the directions say, factor the following polynomials. Then, color the factors on the picture according to the color indicated. For polynomials that can be factored by removing a GCF, color only the GCF. Color only the GCF. So the ones that you have to factor out a GCF first, let's see if we can spot those. Look down your list of problems. Number 11. Alright, what's our GCF there? 5. Okay, so everybody would need to factor out a 5 there. So if you do that, what's 5x squared divided by 5? What's 10x divided by 5? 2x. And then 20 divided by 5? 4. Now, that's not factorable. Because what two numbers multiply to give us 4? 2 and 2, and then 1 and 4, right? Do either of those add to give us 2? So we can't factor that. So we come right here, and we say x squared plus 2x plus 4. Do you see any others that we need to take a GCF out of?
9.
Number 9? What's our GCF there?
10.
Okay. Anything else? 13. And? Awesome. So now you work, color. If you have questions, ask your table, then you can ask me. Okay? Ready, set, go. I'll play you some music. We're going to check them in a little bit, so we're not taking all class period on this. You continue the answers. For number 2, what y'all get?
I got
B plus 3, B plus 2.
B plus 6 and minus 1.
No.
B plus 3 and B plus 2.
It's not either of those.
B minus 2. B minus 3.
They both have to be negative because this is negative and that's positive. Alright, what about number 3? Did we ever figure that one out?
I
Yeah.
got
B minus 8
and B minus 7.
and B plus 7.
B plus 7. Good.
I thought it was to be negative.
Alright, when this is negative, you have to have 2 different signs.
Oh.
Okay? Like a greenish blue color. Also, spit your gum out.
Can I do it for like 10 seconds?
No. Did we figure number 4 out yet? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
What'd you get then?
I don't think it's
B minus.
No, he doesn't have it. He just wanted us to write the answer on the board, so we're not going to do that.
No, B.
Or trying on your own. So this one says b squared plus b minus 90, right? Everybody turn your paper over or find where you're working your problems
You
out.
got that one right.
It is not all about you. Sit there and be quiet. Wherever you're working your problems out, if you have not worked this problem out, work this problem out with me. Is everybody ready? You draw a star. What problem, what number goes in the top?
negative 8.
What goes in the bottom? And then 1 and 1. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to list all the multiples of 90. 9 times 10. Is there anything else that you can think of?
1 and 9.
And 2 and 45. Now let's stop there. Let's stop there and see if we can find our 1 that we're looking for. Now since this is negative, that means that our big factor has to match this. So our big number is going to be positive, right? That means that all of these are going to be negative. Now, add these together and see which one gives us positive 1. The first one. 10 plus negative 9 gives us positive 1. So we're going to write 10. We're going to write negative 9. And then we get b plus 10 and b minus 9. Jacob, can you please sit up? Does anybody have any questions on number 4? Does that help our confusion? Are we ready to look at number 5? Fantastic. It's crazy what happens if you follow the steps that I tell you to do every time. If you list the multiples every time, because some of you are trying to do it a faster way, and it's not working. It's not working. Alright, a squared minus 10a plus 9, right? Alright, let's draw our star. We have 9, we have negative 10, we have 1 and 1. Now, let's list all of our multiples of 9. 3 times 3 and 1 times 9. Now, they're both going to be what this time? Negative, because this is positive and that's negative. So we have a negative, negative, a negative, negative. Which of those adds to give us negative 10? The second one. So what are we going to write in our parentheses? Good. A minus 9, take a point. And a minus 1, you get a point as well. Does everybody understand what I did there?
Yes.
You have to be able to know what your multiples are. And if you don't, make a list. Use a calculator. Divide. Okay? Keep working.